you have the floor.
Thank you. Thanks very much, Chair, and the co-chair. I'm going to talk about, my name is Yanming Lin. I'm the Chief of Inter-Country Cooperation Office of UNFPA. It's not called South-South Cooperation Office, it's inter-country because some of the countries in Eastern Europe, they call themselves as East-East Cooperation instead of South-South Cooperation. So, by the way, before I start to talk about the Center of Excellence, I would like to do a little bit of commercial for UNFPA South-South work also. South-South cooperation at UNFPA, it's, as we have been discussing the whole morning today, South-South cooperation has been quite effective. It's proven to be efficient and effective, and also context-oriented. It's an avenue for southern countries to contribute to global development. They can work together through South-South cooperation like we are doing today, contributing to the Nairobi summit that is coming up in November. And also, of course, promotes international understanding among countries in geographic and cultural and economic groupings. Countries with similar sort of economic situations, different similar cultural backgrounds, maybe, you know, it's easier for them to come together and share experiences and talk about things that are in common. Here's a slide to give you a gist of what the South-South cooperation that UNFPA has been doing. We have had a lot of South-South cooperation programs and activities globally and by country. Now, to give you some examples, like Botswana and South Africa, in terms of integrated SRH and HIV services, Cape Verde, Senegal with Brazil, in population censuses, Chad, and with Egypt and Indonesia, and other African countries in terms of promoting family planning advocacy and training religious leaders. Côte d'Ivoire and Mali in terms of how to deal with this complex issue of fistula, for example. Ethiopia and India, they have worked very well together in population censuses. In fact, India has been a leader in providing experts globally in conducting population censuses in various countries, in Nigeria, in DRC, and quite a few other countries. China and many African countries like Burundi, Ethiopia, Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, Tunisia, I think Mali, and a few other countries. They have worked together well in terms of population projection and, of course, in terms of family planning and a lot of other population-related activities. Mauritius and many African countries have worked together in SRH and gender capacity development. Niger and many other African countries, mainly in West Africa region, they have worked together in this husband school program. Basically, in the husband school, classes like gender equality, equity, and also information about reproductive health is passed on to the husbands. And Mozambique and Brazil, they have worked together in gender equality programs. Sudan and Morocco in midwifery education programs also. Now, from these examples, you could tell that South-South cooperation is absolutely on the rising. It's like adolescent. It's going up very quickly. And as everybody knows that not long ago, we had the second high-level UN conference on South-South cooperation in Buenos Aires. And that conference further gained the momentum for the promotion of South-South cooperation. And UNFPA's role in terms of South-South cooperation, like I said just now, is a little bit sort of commercial for us. What we do is we do South-South cooperation. South-South cooperation 2 years ago was introduced in UNFPA strategic plan as a fifth model engagement together with partnership. So we have, you can see that how important it is. It's part of the UNFPA new strategic plan. So, and as a result of that, to respond, to promote South-South cooperation, our office was officially established 2 years ago by the Executive Director of UNFPA to make dedicated efforts towards South-South cooperation. And we also do advocating for South-South cooperation to build partnerships. We have entered into partnerships with IPPA, PPD, as we are gathering today here, and the South Center. For those that are not very familiar with the South Center, is the equivalent of OECD based in Geneva for southern countries. It's a think tank. And we work with World Bank, with UNOSC, who's represented by Jorge today. Thanks very much, Jorge, for attending this very important meeting. We work under UNOSC leadership in promoting system-wide South-South cooperation. And we work with WHO, PAHO, and a lot of other UN agencies. For the interest of time, I'm not going to name everybody here. And we also work with bilateral organizations like Fiocruz. That's a foundation in Brazil which has programs worldwide in promoting reproductive health issues. And CPDRC, who is represented today by Professor Liu, and BKKBN by His Excellency here today. So you can see that we have entered into a lot of partnerships and work with a lot of organizations in promoting South-South cooperation. We also encourage and promote commitment, knowledge sharing, and matchmaking through organized events. We also try to come up with a platform where we can bring the clients and providers together so that they can meet and try to facilitate South-South cooperation. And we provide technical support to optimize success of South-South partnership, help the country in monitoring and reporting success stories. This is a bit of a challenge, UN-wide, and Jorge can tell us, but we are trying our best, try to measure the results of South-South cooperation also. Now, we have here, in the interest of time, I'm going to run faster, okay? Key insights from UNFPA's experience. South-South has proven to be a very successful programming modality, and but we also have challenges, like ad hoc nature of partnership processes and uneven capacity of South-South solution providers. Some countries have better capacity, some have less capacity. So next I'm going to talk about is the Center of Excellence. Center of Excellence, as our co-chair, Dr. Raymond, mentioned just now, the Center of Excellence it's not a new concept. It was initiated by UNFPA with many partners many years ago, actually, in the early 90s. And ever since, it's, we have made uneven success, some successes, some failures. So there's different stories about the Center of Excellence. But you can see that overall, the Center of Excellence is a very effective tool in terms of promoting South-South cooperation, as the BAPA Plus 40 outcome document has been calling on the promotion of Center of Excellence, using Center of Excellence as a strategy in promoting South-South cooperation. What do we mean by Center of Excellence? Center of Excellence it's good for networking, for partnership, for research, for capacity development, advocacy, resource mobilization. Basically, a Center of Excellence gathers a critical mass of experts to promote global best practices in certain thematic areas. And because we are looking at this with South-South lenses, so Center of Excellence is hoped to provide an avenue for South-South partnerships among similar agencies across southern countries. So it's like UNFPA and PPD, we are talking about Center of Excellence together. So because we are like-minded agencies, so we have similar mandates, we are faced with similar issues, so we together talk about how to best utilize Center of Excellence together. Some of the examples of Center of Excellence. We have one, like I mentioned just now, with CPDRC, that was inaugurated by the late Executive Director of UNFPA, Dr. Babatunde. And also, there's a lot of other Centers of Excellence. In addition, we also work with other UN agencies, like UN Women has a center, it's in Mexico called Center of Excellence in Gender Statistics in Mexico. That's, it's a very, so we're collaborating with similar centers like that also. Here's what we do with the Center of Excellence. We have inputs, we have, yeah, I'm through very soon. With inputs, activities, outputs, and outcome. Okay, as long as we provide inputs like institutional capacity, government mandate, support, funds, resources, and then we do activities like research, capacity development, advocacy, networking, etc. And then we have the results, resources, research opportunities attracted, knowledge, innovation generated, solutions documented, etc., etc. Now, to implement Center of Excellence, these are the things we could do in a glance. And the Nairobi Summit. We are going to have a South-South session in Nairobi. I hope everybody present here will be able to join us in Nairobi. And in this session, we're going to have two sessions, two panels. One is ministerial panel to talk about South-South cooperation, and the other one is expert panel. So we hope we'll see you in Nairobi. Now, this is the last slide. So what is next? How do we proceed next in terms of Center of Excellence? We'll try to create a shared understanding, expectations of the outputs and operations Center of Excellence, and facilitate multi-stakeholder process in identifying Centers of Excellence, promote, raise capacity, and help mobilize resources for such centers once identified. Assisting in leveraging Centers of Excellence as an enabler of South-South partnerships, and enable the global networking of Centers of Excellence, different Centers of Excellence to work together, link them up, and assisting in reporting and disseminating success stories. And end of story. Thanks very much.